Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a new video after I think it's been 1.5 months as of now. So to kick off, my apologies for the radio silence. It's for a good reason though. We have been really busy on our end and the entire team has been working long days to successfully partner with new clients and making sure that we actually deliver good results to them, which is for ourselves top priority every day. Like there's no time where we, in this case, prioritize our own content or our own outreach or whatever above, achieving client results. That's it. End of the day. I won't do a deeper dive into it, but it's we've had the chance to partner with wonderful companies, and at the moment the entire team is busy with making sure that we are actually getting them killer results, which as of now we have successfully done so for all of the new partners that we started working with. So that's our main priority, and right now I'm happy to say that we did a good kickoff sprint with all of the clients that we newly onboarded over the last few months, and all are in a place right now where they are sort of steadily cruising along. So right now it's time to do a dive back into our own content. So expect more videos over the coming weeks. In October we are going to do a sort of content sprint where we just want to put together as much as value for you guys and help you guys out as much as possible. Because overall, if we could assist with a video format like this, then I am very happy to do so and get you some new business in the door. So for today, the quickest way to sign software development clients, it's something that we do for clients, and it's called a CRM re-engagement strategy. And it kind of gives away what it is, but what we do is as soon as we partner with a company, we do a deep dive into their CRM and have a look at what kind of prospects are in there, how's the CRM set up right now, what kind of pipeline stages or deal stages do you have, and what kind of data is living within the CRM. Because usually a lot of companies ignore this data. Some companies, they don't even have a CRM. They've been operating for a long time and they don't have a CRM in place. They don't collect data. They don't do any notes on calls or whatever. No one within the company has insights into what is happening for specific prospects or where are they within the pipeline. It's just one big mess. A lot of companies are still using Excel, for example, which is of course not ideal. There are great tools out there. But other companies, they do have a lot of data within their CRM. For example, I've blurred out all of the sensitive information, and I hope you can see this clearly on video. I can't zoom in Notion, but this client had almost 600 leads that were all within the interest and potential phase of the pipeline, essentially. So that means that someone over the past few months, years, has given those prospects the tag, these have potential, and one step ahead is, these are interested. That could be an opt-in, that could be just someone that they met, someone that they spoke to, whatever it could be. They showed some form of interest into the company, but they don't do anything with this data. It lives within the CRM, so the data is there, but they don't actively look at re-engaging this and trying to get new business from all of the data that's there. So what we do for clients is it's a sort of simple 3-step process, but we kick off with collecting and reviewing data. So that's of course a big one, and the reviewing and segmenting kind of correlates to each other, and I'm doing a deeper dive into how do we actually do that in a bit. And then the last one is actually re-engaging. So collecting and reviewing the data that you have, usually there are a couple forms of, you could have a CRM, for example. You can have your booking software, think of Calendly. Some people use HubSpot links, but then it's in your CRM automatically. You have equity scheduling. I think those are the two main ones. You have newsletter, so think your MailChimp list, any other form of newsletter that you've ever run in the past, something on your website, for example, a pop-up that people could opt into. Those are usually the three main ones of data. And those three are, of course, already they are not the same, not even similar, not even in the slightest, because when someone's in your CRM, that's very different than someone being on a newsletter. So we need to take that into account and collect and review the data in a proper way so that we can later on segment it in a proper way and make sure that we reach out with relevant stuff. So how you usually do that, and it's difficult for me to put together like one strategy for every tool because that's just not doable. But if you use like one of the main CRMs, so think Zoho, think Close, think HubSpot, think Salesforce, any like form of that, then you can definitely find that with a quick Google search. And usually it looks something like this. Just go into your CRM, open like the phase of opportunities, sales, deals, so your overall pipeline. Then you can usually filter the leads, and that's based on, okay, where in the pipeline are they? So if you want everyone that has shown some form of interest into your company, then you filter on interested, and then you export the people that you want to export, essentially. Take them into a CSV, and later on you can upload them into your email sending software or whatever type of tool you are using to actually reach out to these people. And there's a very important nuance there, and I mentioned exporting interested people. And that is, of course, very different than, for example, people that you had a sales call with, but they didn't close. Like, we can't reach out to someone that has shown just a very tiny form of interest into your product. We can't send them the same message as someone you had a discovery call with, a sales call with, multiple phone calls with, but for whatever reason they didn't fall through. So don't export your entire CRM and blast them with the same message, because then just don't do it overall, because you'll save time and you won't get results. For the next one, booking software, I've taken Calendly as the main one because I think that is the biggest one and the one that most people use. Log into your Calendly account, you have a very big button with analytics, and then from there on you can filter your event type. So you could do, usually people have different sorts of events, so you have a 1 hour meeting, a 30-minute discovery call, a 15-minute catch up or whatever. Then filter based on what you want to export, and export the ones that are sales related. So do one export of 30-minute discovery calls, do one export of your sales calls, for example, then you have all of that data in one sheet. Newsletters, it's a similar story. Again, I think people probably use even more email sending softwares or newsletter softwares than CRMs, because there's countless out there. But usually with a combination of the two above, then you will find your way into actually getting the data that's living within those dashboards. All right, the next one, segmenting the data. And I've already touched on it, but you have different forms, like different stages of data. And that is, so again, for example, the first one, opted in / shown interest into like a product, a service, a white paper, or whatever, a discovery call or initial interview, or any form of actual face-to-face or Zoom or Google Meet or whatever type of meeting. Then the third one is a sales call or sales process triggered. So that could be, okay, we've had a discovery call, we've sent out a proposal, we have jumped on a sales call, we have forwarded them a contract, we are in negotiation phases, etc. So everything from sales onwards. Those are the three main ones, and of course you can go deeper. So for sales, you could do only sales call help. Then you could do contract send. They dropped off there. Then you could do, okay, they dropped off after the sales call immediately. So someone just said, okay, this is not for me. For contract send, and then a no close could mean that, I don't know, budget didn't get approved, or contracts, I don't know, there was something with the contract that they didn't like and they dropped off because of that reason. So you could go deeper, but usually I'd say go for sales and everything after that. Then you are going to put together a different strategy for each and every one. So what you could usually do, and this is just a brief guideline, and like with clients we go way deeper and we put together those assets. But what you can do for example, the first one, so someone who has like done an opt-in or showed interest into your offer, you could like put together a value asset of a recent case study that you guys did. So just have a look at, okay, what is a case study that aligns with like most of the problems that our prospects are going through, and make a like detailed breakdown of that case study. So break it apart, like, okay, what were they struggling with? What did we identify? What kind of strategy did we put together? How did we help them? What did we implement? What did we develop? And what was the outcome of what we implemented for them? So don't reach out to these people with, hey, do you want to buy this? Or, hey, are you looking for software development? Of course, there might be one or two people within there, within that list that are like I don't know, get back to you positively, but the best strategy isn't to push a new offer to them. So a sales asset could look like that. This is one of our own. I'm not showing, I haven't checked with any clients, so I don't know if they're okay with me publicly showing that. But this is a case study breakdown that we did for ourselves, for one of our clients. So it's a very detailed breakdown of, okay, this is what they were dealing with, this is what we have done, this is how we think about certain stuff, and essentially put this together as sort of a one-pager value asset. And that just works wonders and is a very good way to like warm people up and to get them excited for what you do essentially. And that's just to get a foot in the door. And a lot of people will like not read the document, but if they don't read it, then at the moment it probably doesn't align with what they are doing within the business. But usually you get a lot of positive replies from just re-engaging in a way like this. The second one is when you have held that discovery call, and like outlined, that is a very different story. You have like way more stuff to work with because you have actually spoken to these people and you have collected insights around what were they struggling with, or what were they trying to do, what were they trying to solve, at least if you did your discoveries in a proper way and if you collect the data that you need to do sales in a successful way. So you have insights into what is it that they are trying to accomplish, what is holding them back from doing so, and how can we help them solve that. So it could be for a multitude of reasons. It could be, okay, you identified that they are not a fit for your business. It's not a big enough priority, so not the right time. They have no budget, or something that very often happens is people just forget to follow up. Like they have like, oh shit, I need to send out a proposal, but I didn't have the time to create that, or just forgot, and then you forgot to set an activity within your CRM, and then like time passes and you're like, okay, I feel awkward reaching out because it's been 2 weeks or something. So that's like, you'll be surprised with how often that happens. But for these, you of course have a lot of more data to work with, and it's also like the list of people that you had a discovery call with will be very, like, if you compare that to the people that have shown interest into your offer, the list of people that you held a discovery call with will definitely be smaller, and the ROI will be bigger. So it's worth it to do a like small dive into what have we spoke about, and can I find something that we have recently done within the last 3 or 6 months for an existing client that kind of aligns with what they were dealing with. And then from there on, you can take that away and actually like write out a solid email or like share relevant stuff to them. But then you can really, and it's similar to the top one, because it's a strategy that works, like tearing apart your case studies, making sure that it actually hits what they are trying to solve. But doing it this way, you can like pick out different sorts of case studies and you can really go relevant in how you reach out to them. So that's definitely an added bonus if you compare it to the first one. Then the last one, that is the best to reach out to, but there's a side note. It depends on why the deal didn't close. It could be that, again, if you identified that they weren't a fit at that time, for example, and please do that within your discovery and not at the end of a sales call. You shouldn't find out that they don't have budget when you are at the end of your sales process. But usually this is like, if they get to a sales call or a sales process with you and you have properly qualified them, then they are in the market to buy. And if they dropped off for whatever reason, like, okay, I don't know, something else came up, we have a different priority, we're hiring a new C-suite, which is taking up a lot of our time or whatever, then these are the easiest people to reach out to. And it's not that you are going to close the deal like immediately, but it's probably the easiest list to get a new conversation going. So that's rounding up this video. For our clients, like I mentioned, we do this in we go really detailed and we tear apart every individual list and go deep and, okay, why did people drop off, etc. And we put together all of like the copy, the nurturing sequences, we export the data, we make sure the data is valid, etc., etc. So if you would like any help or like assistance or insights into how you could properly do this, head to our website, click the link in the URL in my bio, or the URL in our bio, book a call, and I am looking forward to speaking to you and just getting an insight into where is your business at the moment and where would you like to get to. So that's it for today, and like mentioned in the start, I am going to record more videos over the next couple of weeks, so I'll be frequently seeing you over the next weeks. Thank you.